Hi, my name is Dave Morera, and I'm going to talk about some of the benefits and features of vSphere Plus. In previous videos, we talked about an overview of vSphere Plus, the advantages, bringing the benefits of the cloud to on-prem environments without having to migrate anything, not migrating VMs, hosts, vCenters. We also talked about how easy it is to onboard and how secure it is to connect your on-prem environment to the cloud with vSphere Plus. And now I'm going to talk about what are some of the biggest features and benefits for you with vSphere Plus that are already part of it. We talked about admin services, and this is one of the services that our customers love from vSphere Plus. We have an easy way to do upgrades or vCenters from a cloud console. We're able to create VMs, power them off, start them back up. We can, through admin services and add-on services, be able to protect those VMs with vCDR as well, VMware Cloud Disaster Recovery. There are many, many other features for admin services, like having that security posture and be able to see your health for the entire environment in one single location, whether you have 10 vCenters or 10,000 vCenters. One of them that calls my attention is the LCM process. So the way we upgrade, I was an admin before, and I know that we would go vCenter by vCenter doing upgrades. And that is one of the major reasons why some customers delay or want to delay the process of upgrading, missing out on new features and capabilities that are already part of the product in newer versions. With vSphere Plus, this process becomes very easy, but it's also a little different than on-prem upgrades. So let's talk about the current vCenter upgrade process. Let's take one of these vCenter servers. Let's move it over here just to highlight. So when I have a vCenter and I want to upgrade, let's say I choose to do a migration-based upgrade. So I'm going to take this VM, let's say it's version 7.0, and I want to move to version 8.0. So those versions are out already. So when I'm doing a migration, I'm going to go ahead and create this new VM. So let's put an asterisk here, say it's new. I'm going to go to Customer Connect website, download the correct ISO for this, boot up the VM, install vCenter the same way I do now. And through that process of migration, we need to copy all the information and data from the old vCenter to the new vCenter, right? So what do we have to do, right? We need to bring those services down. So we're shutting down those services, and this is where the downtime starts, right? vCenter is down. We're copying that information over to the new VM, and this downtime is going to be as long as the copy takes. So if you have a lot of data, maybe you've been doing in-place upgrades for years from the 5.0 days until now, there's probably a lot of data that you don't need that is already not needed, or new features that taking place for that. So you have, let's say, a lot of garbage hidden on your vCenter. So all that data is going to add up. And let's give it actually a low number. Let's say it takes 2 hours to copy that data over to the new vCenter. Now, this downtime may affect you. Your infrastructure will keep running, whether it's just vSphere or vCenter. It will keep running, but you will lose the capability to manage and configure new things. If you need to create VMs using the vCenter capabilities, HA, DRS, you will lose that. So that downtime is still going, and after that is done, then we have to change IP addresses, MAC addresses, etc. And then we can bring these services up. And let's say it took us about maybe 2 hours and 45 minutes. So that was the total downtime. Right? This is the ideal process, because now you have a brand new vCenter with the new version that is cleaned up. We already copied the data that we need, and we can move on. So with vSphere Plus. Now remember, all this process happened on-prem. So I had to go vCenter to vCenter and do all this process manually, right? It takes some time. You're babysitting your process, and guess what? That was your weekend, or that was your Saturday night, and you actually wanted to watch a game. So what is different in vSphere Plus? Well, for one, from the admin console, from the cloud console in vSphere Plus, we have access to all those vCenter servers, right? As part of the admin services, there is a tab for each vCenter that is called maintenance. Here we can check the version of the vCenter, and it's going to tell us, hey, there is a new version, or there are 3 versions available that you can upgrade to. So let's say this VC1 has 3 versions available to upgrade. V1, V2, and V3. So they could be 7.2, 7.5, 8.0. And we decided to upgrade with 8.0 for vCenter 1. Now remember, we're looking at the cloud console on this side. And there is going to be a button that says upgrade. Just like you do on your phone today. You get a notification on your phone, and it says, there is a new version. Would you like to upgrade? You say, sure. Click on the button. It goes out and upgrade. You don't even think about it. Put your phone down, go make some food, have lunch, come back, it's done. So that process is very, very similar, right? We're still going to use that migration-based process of upgrading vCenters, but here you're touching that button and you're walking away. We will do the work for you. So what happens here is, remember, we're connected, the vCenters are connected to the cloud. We're going to talk back and say, okay, vCenter number 1, let's call it this guy here. vCenter 1 is going to say, okay, I got a request to upgrade. We're going to send all the bits down, so the ISO is going back from the repository on the cloud. So we choose the correct version. You don't have to go and download it. We're going to send that out. We're going to, this is the old one. We're going to go out and download that, create a VM on that particular cluster, and we are going to install vCenter. Now, remember, in the old process, we had to take the services down from the beginning. Well, that process is different now, because as we're copying data, these services are up the whole time. We're copying that data from this VC1 to this new VC1, and this vCenter is still running. You can still access it, make changes, configuration, add host, VMs, etc. There is no downtime yet. We can finish copying all the data, and the only downtime is when we take the services down to swap IP addresses and MAC addresses. So it's going to be down for about 5, maybe 15 minutes, right? Take those services down. It gets the IP address, MAC address, some scripts for cleanup, and we're going to bring the services up. After that is done, this VM will stay in place in that vCenter, in that cluster, right? So if anything happens, something doesn't look right, guess what? You have your old vCenter available. The services are down, it's not working, it's not being used, but you have that available to roll back. So there's a rollback methodology there, and you have a brand new vCenter with the new ISO for version 8. And all you had to do was click the upgrade button from your cloud console to do all this. Now multiply that by 10, 100, 1,000. Well, all you have to go and do is say upgrade and let me know when it's done. Very easy. I hope it was useful. Thank you.